Listen, all Elderly Guide channel subscriber 89% of Americans, over 70%, are eating this so-called healthy vegetable that's secretly tripling their stroke risk overnight. You could be next. Stay until the end, and I'll reveal how to protect yourself in the next 15 minutes. Plus, show you the 9 common vegetables that might be silently threatening your brain right now. Before we dive in, if you're over 60 and this is your first time here, smash that subscribe button right now because I share life-saving health information specifically for seniors every single week. And if you're watching and you're over 65, type your age in the comment below so I can see how many of you brilliant seniors are taking charge of your health today. If you're over 60, I want you to imagine this scenario. You go to bed after what you believe was a perfectly healthy dinner, feeling proud of your smart food choices. But by morning, your brain may actually be in serious danger. No chest pain, no dramatic warning signs, just a sudden slurred word, a weak arm, or a dizzy spell that seems to come completely out of nowhere. Hit the like button if the scenario worries you, because what I'm about to share could literally save your life or the life of someone you love. Here's a part that absolutely shocks most seniors when I share this truth with them. The threat isn't coming from fried foods or fast food or even processed junk. It's coming from a vegetable. Yes, you heard that correctly. A vegetable that you've been told for decades is one of the healthiest, most beneficial things you can possibly put on your plate. Stop and think about this for a moment. Comment below with the first healthy vegetable that comes to mind when you think of senior nutrition. I bet many of you will mention the exact same one I'm about to expose. I've witnessed this devastating pattern far too often in my years of working with older adults. Foods that once helped keep you strong and healthy at 40 can quietly backfire and become dangerous at 70, especially when they are combined with common medications or eaten at the wrong time of day. The scariest part about this whole situation is that you may not feel a single thing until it's already too late. But here's the encouraging news that I want you to hold on to. You absolutely don't have to give up vegetables completely or live in constant fear of the food on your plate. What you desperately need right now is awareness and understanding. Because when you truly understand how your aging body processes food differently than it did in your younger years, you can keep enjoying your meals safely, wisely, and in a way that actually protects your brain and preserves your independence. So, in today's comprehensive discussion, we're going to uncover 9 common vegetables that may be quietly raising your stroke risk if you're over 60. And more importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to eat them in a safer, smarter way that honors your body's changing needs. I'll tell you this right now. The last vegetable on our list is one that almost every senior eats at least weekly, and it may actually be the most dangerous of all. But before we reveal vegetable number 1, let me ask you this. How many of these 9 vegetables do you think are currently sitting in your refrigerator right now? Type your guess in the comments. I have a feeling most of you are going to be shocked by what you discovered today. Let me start by sharing something that will probably surprise you about how dramatically your body changes after 60. Your kidneys don't filter waste and toxins the same efficient way they once did. Your blood vessels become more fragile and less flexible. Your medication interactions become more complex and unpredictable. Even your hydration needs shift in ways that most people never consider. This means that a salad that strengthens you at lunch might quietly set you up for blood clotting or dangerous bleeding if you eat it at night. Garlic that protects your heart when used in cooking could thin your blood to dangerous levels when combined with your daily medications. Carrots that nourish your eyes and skin during the day might disturb your blood sugar regulation while you sleep if eaten raw before bedtime. None of this means you should develop a fear of vegetables or healthy foods. What it means is that knowledge truly is power. And by becoming aware of these critical interactions, you can adapt your diet to work with your age rather than against it, turning food back into medicine instead of allowing it to become a hidden threat. Now, let's dive deep into our first dangerous vegetable that you probably consider a trusted friend. Pause for just a second and think about this question. When was the last time you ate spinach? Was it yesterday? This week? If you eat spinach regularly, type spinach in the comments right now, because what I'm about to share about this supposedly super healthy green might completely change how you think about it. Vegetable number 1 is spinach, and I call it the two-faced friend of your brain. For decades, spinach has been universally praised as this incredible super green. Doctors, nutritionists, even cartoon characters have told us that it builds iron stores, strengthens muscles, and keeps our bodies young and vital. And honestly, much of that praise is completely justified because spinach is genuinely packed with magnesium, fiber, and powerful antioxidants that help support heart health and bone strength. But here's the shocking truth that most seniors never learn. After 60, spinach can quietly shift from being your friend to becoming your foe if you're not extremely careful about when and how you consume it. Here's a scientific explanation that will probably surprise you. Spinach is naturally rich in compounds called oxalates, which bind tightly to calcium in your body. In younger adults with healthy, efficient kidneys, these oxalates usually get flushed out without creating much trouble. But as we age, kidney function naturally slows down. Blood vessels stiffen and lose flexibility, and many seniors begin taking calcium and vitamin D supplements specifically for bone health protection. When you put all those pieces together, the oxalates from spinach can team up with calcium in your bloodstream, forming tiny calcium oxalate crystals that circulate through your system. At first, you don't feel these crystals at all. They are completely silent and undetectable. But over months and years of consistent exposure, these microscopic crystals can harden and gradually narrow the small blood vessels that feed oxygen and nutrients to your brain. Think of this process like little bits of sand slowly building up inside a narrow pipe. Eventually, blood flow begins to slow. Oxygen supply starts to drop, and one day, it only takes a small clot to completely cut off circulation, triggering what we call a silent stroke that can happen overnight while you're sleeping peacefully. If this is making you think twice about your nightly salad routine, give this video a thumbs up so I know this information is helping you make smarter choices. Let me share a real story that illustrates this danger perfectly. I treated a patient named Harold Brenner, a 76-year-old retired firefighter from Milwaukee who believed he was doing absolutely everything right for his health. Every single evening, Harold would carefully prepare himself a large spinach salad with a generous sprinkling of feta cheese, followed religiously by prescribed vitamin D and calcium supplements for strong bones, exactly as his previous doctor had recommended. 4 years. This was Harold's proud nightly routine. He felt virtuous and responsible about his health choices. But one winter morning, Harold's wife found him slumped over at their kitchen table. His morning coffee had spilled everywhere. His words were jumbled and incoherent. Harold had suffered a stroke in his sleep with no warning whatsoever. When we examined his brain scans, they revealed narrowed calcified arteries throughout his brain tissue, and his blood work showed dangerously high levels of both calcium and oxalates. This was the perfect storm that had been quietly brewing and building for months without any symptoms. Harold survived his stroke, thank goodness, but he never drove again and now requires assistance with walking. With tears streaming down his weathered face, he told me something I'll never forget. He said, "Doc, I was just trying to eat healthy and do the right thing. I had no idea that my nightly salad could actually hurt me." That's the heartbreaking reality that so many seniors face today. Not because spinach is inherently bad or dangerous, but because our bodies change dramatically with age, and what once healed us can quietly harm us if we don't adapt our approach. If Harold's story touched your heart, please share this video with another senior in your life who needs to know this information. One share could prevent another tragedy like Harold's. So, here's exactly what you need to know to keep enjoying spinach safely. Timing matters more than you probably realize. If you love spinach and want to keep it in your diet, enjoy it in the morning or at lunchtime when your body can process and eliminate the oxalates more effectively. Talk openly and honestly with your doctor, especially if you're currently taking calcium or vitamin D supplements, or if you have any existing kidney or heart issues that might complicate things. Focus on balance rather than overload. A handful of spinach here and there is generally fine for most people. It's the nightly routine overconsumption combined with supplements that creates a dangerous accumulation problems. Spinach can absolutely still be a nutrient powerhouse in your diet, but after 65, it comes with important rules that must be respected. Follow those rules carefully and spinach can remain your ally. Ignore them and it may silently become an enemy to your brain health. Now, before I reveal vegetable number 2, here's something that's going to surprise you even more. This next vegetable is one that almost every senior takes for heart health, but it can actually interfere with the very medications designed to protect you. Stay with me because this could save your life. Our second dangerous vegetable is broccoli, which I consider a heart helper that can become a hidden brain risk. Most of us grew up hearing the phrase, "Eat your broccoli," at the dinner table, and honestly for very good reasons. Broccoli is genuinely rich in fiber, antioxidants, and essential vitamins that support heart health and actively fight disease processes. For decades, it's been considered the poster child for smart, wholesome eating habits. But here's what many seniors don't realize and never get told by their doctors. After 60, broccoli can quietly become risky, not because of the vegetable itself, but because of how it interacts with the multiple medications that so many older adults take every single day of their lives. Quick question for everyone watching. Are you currently taking blood pressure medication, blood thinners, or daily aspirin? If yes, type meds in the comments because this next part is absolutely critical for you to understand. The hidden issue lies in vitamin K, a nutrient found in remarkably high amounts in broccoli. Vitamin K is absolutely essential for proper blood clotting function. When you're younger and healthy, that's completely beneficial because it helps your body stop bleeding efficiently and heal from injuries. But for seniors who are taking blood-thinning medications like Warfarin, Plavix, or even daily aspirin therapy, vitamin K can upset a very delicate, carefully calibrated balance. Here's exactly how this dangerous process works. If you suddenly start eating large amounts of broccoli while you're on blood thinners, your blood may begin clotting too aggressively, dramatically raising your risk for stroke or heart attack. If your broccoli intake changes drastically from week to week, it can make your medication levels completely unpredictable, leaving your blood either dangerously thick or dangerously thin. The scariest part about this entire situation is that you won't feel anything happening until it's already too late. If you're learning something new that could protect your health, hit that like button right now to help other seniors discover this life-saving information. Let me tell you about Clara Newton, an 82-year-old retired school teacher from Pennsylvania who thought she was doing everything perfectly right. Clara took all her prescribed medications faithfully and religiously ate steamed broccoli with olive oil every single evening, genuinely believing it was keeping her heart young and healthy. What Clara didn't know, and what no one had ever explained to her, was that her daily broccoli consumption was seriously interfering with her blood thinner medication. Her blood chemistry became unstable, swinging unpredictably between clotting and thinning states. One afternoon, after complaining of only a mild headache and slight confusion, Clara suddenly collapsed in her living room. At the hospital, brain scans revealed that she had suffered what we call a hemorrhagic stroke, which means bleeding inside the brain tissue. This wasn't caused by high blood pressure or physical trauma, but because her blood had become too thin to clot properly when a small vessel ruptured. Clara survived her ordeal, but her life changed forever. Today, she walks a walker and speaks much more slowly than before. Clara now shares her story with other seniors whenever possible, warning them with this powerful message. Don't assume that healthy food is automatically harmless, especially not at our age. So, here's the crucial lesson for anyone over 60 who's listening right now. Broccoli itself isn't the villain in this story. The real danger comes from inconsistency and lack of communication. If you're currently on blood thinners, you don't necessarily need to completely eliminate broccoli from your diet. What you absolutely need is to eat it in consistent amounts and communicate openly and regularly with your doctor about your dietary habits. That way, your medication dosages can be adjusted safely and appropriately, and your health risks can stay under proper control. Remember this important fact. As we age, our blood vessels become thinner, more fragile, and less resilient. What might cause only a mild problem in a younger adult can mean absolutely devastating consequences for someone in their 70s or 80s. That's precisely why knowledge and balance become your best protection strategies. So, yes, broccoli can definitely still be a valuable part of your healthy diet, but you must treat it with appropriate respect and awareness. Consistency, moderation, and ongoing medical guidance are the essential keys to making sure this so-called health food doesn't quietly put your brain at risk. Now, get ready for vegetable number 3, because this one is going to shock you. It's in almost every senior's dinner salad, and the timing of when you eat it could mean the difference between a peaceful night's sleep and a life-threatening emergency. Don't go anywhere because this could save your life. Vegetable number 3 is romaine lettuce, which seems light and refreshing, but can be surprisingly risky when eaten at night. For many seniors, enjoying a fresh salad at dinner feels like the smartest, healthiest choice possible. It's light, low in calories, and easy on digestion. It seems like the absolutely perfect way to stay in shape and protect your heart health. Roma lettuce is often the star ingredient in those dinner salads. Praised for being crisp, refreshing, and packed with beneficial vitamins and fiber. Raise your hand if you've ever had a salad for dinner this week. I bet most of you have, and that's exactly why this next information is so crucial. But here's what most people over 60 don't understand about timing and food chemistry. Roma lettuce contains naturally high levels of nitrates, which your body converts into nitrites and eventually into nitric oxide. During the day, this process can actually help your blood vessels relax and improve circulation, which is genuinely beneficial. However, when this conversion happens at night while you're sleeping, it can create problems. Your blood pressure naturally drops while you sleep, and the added vasodilation from lettuce nitrates can cause it to drop too low, reducing blood flow to your brain. Combine this with the fact that many seniors are already taking blood pressure medications, and you create a perfect storm for what we call hypotensive episodes, where blood pressure drops so low that the brain doesn't receive adequate oxygen. Additionally, romaine lettuce has a mild diuretic effect, meaning it encourages your body to release fluids when you eat it at dinner. This dehydrating effect continues throughout the night while you're not drinking any fluids to replace what you're losing. Dehydration thickens your blood, making it more likely to form clots, especially in the tiny vessels that supply your brain. Here's what you need to know to enjoy romaine lettuce safely. Save your salad for lunch rather than dinner. This gives your body time to process the nitrates properly and allows you to stay hydrated throughout the afternoon. If you do have lettuce in the evening, pair it with foods that help maintain stable blood pressure like nuts or seeds that contain magnesium. Stay extra hydrated if you're eating lettuce-heavy meals, especially if you're taking diuretics or blood pressure medications. Watch for warning signs like dizziness when standing up, especially in the morning, which could indicate your blood pressure dropped too low during the night. Before we continue to vegetable number 4, if you're finding this information valuable and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I post senior health content like this every week, and your subscription helps me reach more seniors who desperately need this life-saving information. Vegetable number 4 is celery, the seemingly innocent stick that can create a dangerous double drain on your system. Celery has long been praised as a perfect diet food, low in calories, high in fiber, and satisfying to crunch. Many seniors love snacking on celery sticks or adding chopped celery to soups and salads, believing it's one of the safest, most harmless vegetables available. Let me ask you this. Do you keep celery sticks in your fridge for snacking? Comment celery snack if you do, because you need to pay extra attention to this next part. But celery contains some of the highest levels of natural sodium among all vegetables, plus powerful diuretic compounds that force your kidneys to work overtime. For seniors, this combination can create what I call a double drain effect that puts serious stress on your cardiovascular system. Here's how this dangerous process unfolds. The high sodium content initially causes your body to retain fluid, which can temporarily raise blood pressure. But then the diuretic compounds kick in, forcing your body to rapidly flush out fluids, including essential electrolytes like potassium and magnesium that help regulate heart rhythm and blood vessel function. This rapid fluid shift can leave you dehydrated with imbalanced electrolytes, causing your blood to become thick and sticky. At the same time, the sudden loss of fluid volume can make your blood pressure swing unpredictably. These dramatic changes put enormous stress on aging blood vessels and can trigger clots or cause existing plaques to rupture. The timing of celery consumption is crucial. Eating celery late in the day means these effects happen while you sleep, when your body is already in a naturally dehydrated state, and your blood pressure is lower. This is when even small changes can have big consequences. To enjoy celery safely, eat it early in the day when you can monitor your body's response and stay adequately hydrated. Limit portion sizes, especially if you're on blood pressure medications or diuretics. Always pair celery with hydrating foods like cucumber or watermelon. And consider reducing your intake if you notice swelling, dizziness, or changes in urination patterns. Now, vegetable number 5 is going to absolutely blow your mind. This one is actually recommended by many doctors for heart health, but here's the shocking truth. It can work too well and actually crash your blood pressure to dangerous levels. If you're on blood pressure medication, this could be the most important thing you learn today. Vegetable number 5 is beets, the blood pressure helper that can sometimes help too much. Beets have gained tremendous popularity among health-conscious seniors because they are rich in nitrates that can help lower blood pressure naturally. Many people juice beets or add them to salads specifically for their cardiovascular benefits. And in many cases, this can indeed be helpful. Quick show of hands. Do you drink beet juice or eat beets regularly for your heart? If yes, please pay very close attention to what I'm about to share. However, beets are so effective at lowering blood pressure that they can sometimes work too well, especially for seniors who are already taking blood pressure medications. The combination can cause blood pressure to drop so low that adequate blood flow to the brain becomes compromised. Beets also contain compounds called betalains, which can affect blood sugar levels and interact with diabetes medications. Additionally, beets are high in oxalates similar to spinach, which can contribute to kidney stone formation and calcium buildup in blood vessels, particularly in seniors with reduced kidney function. The deep red pigments in beets can also mask important health indicators. For example, eating beets can turn urine red or pink, which might prevent you from noticing blood in your urine that could signal a serious health problem. Similarly, beet consumption can affect the color of your stool, potentially masking signs of gastrointestinal bleeding. If you want to include beets in your diet safely, start with very small amounts and monitor your blood pressure carefully, especially if you're on medications. Avoid beet juice, which is much more concentrated than whole beets. Time your beet consumption for particularly as we age, and here's what you need to know to enjoy romaine lettuce. Let me ask you something. Save your salad. What color bell peppers do you usually buy? This gives your body time to process the nitrates properly and allows you to stay hydrated throughout the comments, because the color actually matters more than you might think. Pair it with foods that help maintain stable problematic compounds in bell peppers contain magnesium and other stay extra hydrated if you're eating lettuce-heavy meals, trigger inflammation, especially if you're taking diuretics or blood pressure medications. Especially watch for warning signs like dizziness, chronic inflammation. Bell peppers can worsen existing problems indicate your blood pressure blood vessel instability during the night. Bell peppers also contain high levels of salicylates. If you're finding natural compounds similar to and haven't subscribed yet, while small amounts might be subscribe button and larger quantities can enhance the effects of post senior health content like this every potentially week. Causing your subscription helps me reach the more bright colors that make bell peppers life-saving come from compounds. Vegetable number 4 is responses and sensitive. The seemingly innocent stick. Red bell peppers contain the highest levels of these potentially problematic celery compounds, has long been praised, followed by yellow and orange varieties. Low in calories. Green bell peppers high in fiber, unripe and satisfying to crunch, and contain different many seniors love snacking on celery sticks or adding chopped celery to minimize risk from bell peppers, believing it's one of the safest green varieties, most harmless vegetables available. Cook peppers thoroughly rather than eating them raw. Do you keep celery limit sticks portion sizes and avoid eating comment celery snack if when your body's inflammatory responses tend to be heightened. Pay attention. But celery contains some of the highest levels of natural sodium among all vegetables, or digestive issues that plus might powerful diuretic compounds. We're getting close to the most dangerous vegetables on our list. Forcines and vegetable combination can create what I call a double drain effect, because it can actually change how your medications work in your body. Here's how this dangerous process unfolds. If you take multiple prescriptions daily, the high sodium content interfering with your treatment right now without you knowing it, which can temporarily raise blood pressure. But then the diuretic compounds kick in, but potentially forcing your body to rapidly flush out fluids. Mushrooms are beloved by many seniors, potassium and magnesium that help regulate heart can make vegetarian meals more satisfying. This rapid fluid shift low in calories provide some beneficial electrolytes, making your blood like an ideal food for healthy aging. At the same time, the sudden loss of how many different medications can make your blood pressure swing unpredictably. If it's 3 or more, dramatic changes put enormous stress on aging blood vessels, affecting how well those medications work to rupture. However, the timing of celery-containing compounds that can significantly affect how your body processes medications. These effects happen while many varieties of mushrooms already contain naturally dehydrated speed up or slow down blood pressure responsible for this is when even small changes can have this means that eating mushrooms regularly to enjoy celery safe either more potent, eat it early in the day when you can monitor your body's response. Chia K mushrooms in particular contain compounds that can affect blood clotting, especially if you're on blood pressure medications or Portobello mushrooms are high in potassium, celery problematic for seniors taking certain heart medications, and consider reducing your intake. Some mushrooms also contain natural sources of tyramine, or changes in urination interact dangerously with certain antidepressants. Vegetable number 5 is going to absolutely mushrooms are natural diuretics. This one is actually recommended by many doctors, especially when eaten in large quantities. But here's the shocking truth: they are also difficult to digest well and actually crash your blood pressure, potentially causing gastrointestinal. If you're on blood pressure medication, this could be the most important. If you enjoy mushrooms, Stick to common varieties like white button mushrooms, the blood pressure helper that can sometimes help cook them thoroughly to break down. Beets have gained tremendous popularity among health conscious. Eat them in moderation. Because they are rich in nitrates that can help lower blood pressure naturally. Check for potential drug Many people juice beets or add them to salads. We're down to the final two vegetables on our list, and in many cases, the most dangerous. This can indeed be helpful. Vegetable number 8 is something many seniors consider a gourmet healthy choice for dinner regularly, but eating it at night could literally dehydrate your brain. Please pay very close attention to vegetable number 9. It's in 90% of senior kitchens. Beets are so effective at lowering blood pressure that they can sometimes work too well, especially for seniors who are already taking blood pressure medications. Vegetable number 8 is asparagus. The combination can cause blood pressure to drop so low that adequate blood flow to the brain becomes asparagus is often considered a sophisticated gourmet compound that's perfect for special dinners and elegant sugar levels and interact with diabetes medication, high in vitamins. Additionally, and as a distinctive flavor that oxalates similar to spinach, which can contribute to kidney stone formation and calcium diuretics in blood vessels, particularly in seniors with reduced kidney function. Do you ever have asparagus? The deep red pigments or close to bedtime can also mask important health indicators. Comment in asparagus. For example, what I'm about to share eating beets can turn urine red or pink. The diuretic which might prevent you from noticing blood so strong that you can often smell their effects in your urine within hours of eating them. Beet consumption, while this might seem harmless or even amusing, potentially dehydrating effect of asparagus can be serious if you want to include beets in your diet consumed in the evening. Start with very small amounts and monitor your blood pressure to become more fragile, especially if you handle rapid changes in blood. Avoid beet juice when asparagus is much more concentrated than whole beets. Diuretic time your beet consumption. It reduces blood volume significantly, and always inform your blood thicker and more viscous like syrup instead of water moving through your arteries. Here's blood is much more likely to form about our next vegetable, especially in the tiny vessel. We're only halfway through our list. When you combine this effect with blood pressure medications or blood thinners that many seniors take daily, number 6 the risks multiply exponentially because it's an almost the danger is greatest at night because if you eat asparagus, and most seniors have no idea diuretic effect same plant family as tobacco. Your body is already in a naturally more dehydrated state. Vegetable number 6 is bell peppers. Colorful additions quietly trigger inflammatory response. This is precisely when a small peppers are members of the nightshade family along with tomatoes, triggering a stroke before morning. And potatoes. Let me be clear. While they are rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, is inherently bad. They also contain compounds that can trigger inflammatory responses in sensitive individuals, E and K, along with fiber and antioxidants that support healthy aging. But like many foods, it comes with new rules after 60. Here are the practical guidelines for seniors who want to enjoy asparagus safely. Never eat asparagus late at night or close to bedtime. Instead, enjoy it at lunch or early in the day when you can actively stay hydrated. Always hydrate with intention. If you include asparagus in your diet, pair it with a large glass of water or eat it alongside hydrating foods like cucumber or watermelon. Be especially mindful if you take diuretic medications or blood pressure pills because asparagus can intensify their effects dramatically. Always check with your doctor about safe food combinations if you're on multiple medications. Watch carefully for early warning signs like morning dizziness, fatigue, or dry mouth, which may be subtle clues that your body is running too dry. Asparagus can absolutely still be a wonderful, elegant part of your meals. But after 60, it must be eaten thoughtfully and with full awareness of its powerful effects. By adjusting timing and prioritizing hydration, you can enjoy its sophisticated flavor without letting it quietly drain your brain and circulation while you sleep. And now we've reached the moment you've been waiting for. Vegetable number 9, the most dangerous one on our entire list. This vegetable is sitting in almost every senior's kitchen right now. You probably had it yesterday, maybe even today. And here's the terrifying part. It can actually mimic stroke symptoms so perfectly that doctors are misdiagnosing seniors left and right. If you eat this vegetable regularly and you've ever experienced unexplained dizziness, confusion, or numbness, this could be the answer you've been searching for. Please share this with every senior you know after you hear this. Our final and perhaps most dangerous vegetable is number 9, tomatoes. Fresh and wholesome, but potentially a stroke mimic in disguise. Tomatoes feel like the very definition of healthy eating. Whether they are sliced into fresh salads, simmered into rich sauces, or blended into comforting soups, they are light, refreshing, and often praised for supporting heart health, skin vitality, and vision. For decades, many seniors have relied on tomatoes as a safe, wholesome staple that seems impossible to get wrong. Stop and think for a moment. How many times did you eat tomatoes this week in sauces, soups, salads, or sandwiches? Comment with your honest answer, because if it's more than 3 times, you need to pay very careful attention to what comes next. But here's what most people don't know and what could change everything about how you think about this common food. After 60, tomatoes can quietly create serious problems in your brain and circulation. Not because they're inherently bad, but because of the specific chemical compounds inside them and the way aging bodies process these substances. Tomatoes are part of the nightshade family, and they contain 3 key compounds that can be particularly risky for seniors. First are histamines and tyramines, which can trigger widespread inflammation, cause blood vessels to constrict or dilate unpredictably, and raise blood pressure in sensitive individuals, especially those already dealing with cardiovascular issues. Second is soline, a natural toxin found in all nightshade plants that when consumed in excess can irritate the nervous system, directly causing symptoms like dizziness, numbness, tingling, or severe headaches that can mimic stroke symptoms. Third is a high acidity level of tomatoes, which means that frequent intake can interfere with your body's delicate electrolyte balance, particularly affecting magnesium and calcium levels that are absolutely essential for stable nerve signaling and proper vascular tone. When these 3 effects combine and accumulate, especially in an aging brain with more fragile blood vessels and altered chemistry, the result can look and feel exactly like a stroke. You might experience blurred vision, dizziness, slurred speech, severe headaches, or numbness in your limbs. Doctors sometimes call this phenomenon a stroke mimic because it's not caused by a blood clot or bleeding, but by a sudden disruption in brain chemistry and circulation that produces identical symptoms. The risk becomes significantly higher for seniors who regularly eat heavy tomato-based meals late in the evening, when the body's repair and detoxification systems are supposed to be resting. It's also elevated for those who combine tomatoes with other nightshade vegetables like peppers, eggplants, or potatoes in the same meal, creating a compound effect. Seniors taking medications for blood pressure, circulation, or nerve health are at particular risk because tomatoes can interfere with how these medications work. Those who struggle with hydration or electrolyte balance are also more vulnerable to tomato-induced complications. This absolutely doesn't mean you need to eliminate tomatoes from your life completely. They are still rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that can genuinely protect your heart and skin when consumed appropriately. But after 60, they require moderation, smart timing, and careful attention to your body's responses. Here are the specific strategies for enjoying tomatoes safely as a senior. Avoid heavy tomato-based meals at night because soups, sauces, or stews before bed can quietly tip your brain chemistry toward instability while you sleep. When you do eat tomatoes, pair them with mineral-rich foods like spinach or pumpkin seeds to help balance their acidic effects on your system. Pay close attention to your body's signals. And if you notice dizziness, mental fogginess, headaches, or swelling after tomato-heavy meals, don't dismiss these symptoms as just normal aging. They could be your body's way of telling you that tomatoes are affecting your brain chemistry. Consider cooking tomatoes gently rather than eating them raw, because cooking can reduce their soline levels while actually making their beneficial antioxidants more available to your body. Remember that moderation is absolutely key. A few slices in a salad or sandwich during the day is much safer than nightly bowls of tomato soup or heavy pasta sauces. Tomatoes are not villains, but after 60, even a food that once felt completely harmless can behave very differently in your body. The key is respecting how your brain and circulation have changed with age and adapting your eating habits accordingly. Now, let me share the most important message of all, because this is your final wake-up call about why awareness is the real medicine you need. After hearing about these 9 ordinary vegetables and their hidden risks, it's completely natural to feel surprised, maybe even a little uneasy or overwhelmed. After all, we've spent our entire lives being told to eat more vegetable for better health. And for the most part, that advice remains true and valuable. If this video has opened your eyes to something you never knew before, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with other CNAs in your life. Knowledge like this could literally save someone's life. And sharing is the greatest gift you can give to your community. But what changes dramatically after 60 is how your body responds to even healthy foods. Your kidneys don't filter toxins and waste products the same efficient way they once did. Your blood vessels are more fragile and less resilient. Your hydration needs change in ways most people never consider. And if you're taking medications for common conditions like high blood pressure, heart disease, or diabetes, even foods once considered perfectly safe can shift your body's delicate balance in dangerous directions. That's the real lesson here. And it's crucial that you understand this completely. It's not just about what you eat anymore, but also when you eat it, how much you consume, and what else is happening in your body at the same time. A salad that strengthens and nourishes you at lunch may quietly set you up for blood clotting or dangerous bleeding if you eat that same salad at night. Garlic that protects your heart when used in normal cooking amounts may thin your blood to dangerous levels when combined with your daily medications. Carrots that nourish your eyes and skin during the day might disturb your blood sugar regulation while you sleep if eaten raw before bedtime. None of this means you should develop a fear of vegetables or healthy foods. What it means is that knowledge truly is power. And by becoming aware of these critical interactions, you can adapt your diet to work with your aging body rather than against it. You can turn food back into medicine instead of allowing it to become a hidden threat to your health and independence. So, here's exactly what you can do right now to protect yourself. First, simplify your food choices by focusing on whole, nutrient-dense foods that don't cause dramatic swings in your blood sugar, blood pressure, or hydration levels. Choose variety and balance over large quantities of any single food. Second, time your meals wisely by eating heavier foods or those with diuretic effects early in the day rather than late at night when your body is preparing for rest and repair. Give your system time to process and adapt to these foods while you're awake and active. Third, stay consistently hydrated throughout the day because even a single extra glass of water in the evening can make a tremendous difference for your brain and circulation during the vulnerable nighttime hours. Fourth, and perhaps most importantly, bring this knowledge into your medical appointments. Talk openly with your doctor about your daily eating habits and ask specifically how your medications might interact with the common foods you eat regularly. This conversation could literally save your life. Remember this powerful truth. You are not powerless in this situation. In fact, you are more capable and knowledgeable than ever before. With awareness and understanding, you can make small intentional changes that protect your independence, preserve your memory, and secure your future quality of life. Because a fundamental belief that guides everything we do is that aging doesn't have to mean decline, disability, or dependence. Aging can mean wisdom. The kind of profound wisdom that listens carefully to your body, adapts intelligently to change, and allows you to thrive rather than merely survive. What you put on your plate today becomes a strength, mental clarity, and independence you carry into tomorrow. Your food choices today are literally building your future self, either supporting your goals or undermining them. The choice is yours, and now you have the knowledge to choose wisely. Here's to living not just longer, but stronger, sharper, and wiser than ever before. Your journey to optimal health and vitality continues with every meal, every choice, and every day that you choose knowledge over ignorance, wisdom over habit, and intentional living over automatic pilot. You now have the tools to transform your relationship with food from one of confusion and potential danger to one of confidence, safety, and genuine nourishment. Use this knowledge well. Share it with those you love. And remember that the best medicine is always prevention, awareness, and wisdom applied consistently over time. Before you go, I want to hear from you. Which of these 9 vegetables surprised you the most? And which ones are you going to change how you eat? Drop your answers in the comments below because your experience might help another senior make a life-saving decision. If this video helped you understand something important about your health, please hit that like button, share it with other seniors, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you never miss life-saving health information specifically designed for seniors like you. And remember, we're building a community of wise, informed seniors who are taking charge of their health and aging with strength and intelligence. Welcome to the family, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue your journey to optimal senior health. So my dear friends, now you know, not everything that's called healthy is always safe, especially as we age. The key is balance, knowledge, and awareness. By eating smart, cooking wisely, and listening to your body, you can protect your brain, your heart, and your precious years ahead. Remember, your health is your greatest gift. Treasure it. Take small steps every day, because even tiny changes can make a big difference over time. If this message helped you, or if you learned something new today, please take a moment to support our work. White right pointing backhand index, subscribe to our channel, Elderly Guide channel, and click the bell icon so you never miss another life-changing health tip. And if you care